and welcome to Flow Forward, AI driven dealer management, the podcast where we explore the technologies shaping the future of connected automotive ecosystems. I'm your host, Bhavna Sehgal, Brand and Communications Manager at NetFlows 360. Today, we are shifting gears towards one of the fastest growing segments of the automotive industry, electric mobility. As India accelerates towards EV adoption, new questions emerge around scalability, uptime, charging readiness, and the role of digital platforms. To help us decode this, I'm joined by someone who lives at the intersection of EV fleet operations and OEM partnerships. My guest today is Sree Raj Nair, General Manager Operations and OEM Partnerships at evpe. At evpe, Sri leads national scale EV operations, partnering with OEMs to enable sustainable mobility solutions for the middle mile and last mile sectors. Raj, welcome to the show. I'm thrilled to have you here.
Thank you, Bhavana. It's nice to have a great discussion with NetFlows.
Yeah,
Happy to discuss.
so let's proceed. Okay, so Raj, you have spent years working across ground operations and OEM partnerships in the EV sector. So, from your experience, I would like to understand that what are the biggest operational gaps that restrict scalable EV adoption in India, especially in tier 2 and tier 3 regions?
So here, it's a valid and great question actually. The thing is like the EV has been adapted a lot in last mile, middle mile segmentation, but still it's not what we say like segmentized or else like properly organized fashion and everything. Let's go at least like 5 years or 6 years back when it's around like before pre-COVID and everything. That's where we got what is it like starting the beginning of EV into this middle mile and last mile sectors. So there, EV was new. It was completely new. Even the customers, the first clients for whom this 3PL and fleet operators works, they were hyper thrilled about to see an EV, understanding it as a greener energy and low carbon footprint and everything. This was the ideology. But back then, the vehicle was very costly.
Right.
uh, Typically, the vehicle was 1.1 or 1.2x of the ideal ICE vehicle cost. You can take somewhere around like an Active or a Splendor or like that. Since it was new, a lot of people were coming into that adaptation, and people were taking vehicles and doing the deliveries and everything. That's where the what we say like the breakage of system starts, because the OEM came with an understanding that his vehicle will last into this B2B segmentation for a longer run and everything. And he was like, my vehicle will support in every fashion and everything. But the third process of his the vehicle, the sales of the vehicle or else like usage of the vehicle was into the B2C fashion.
Mhm.
When it came into the B2B fashion, the what is it like the rider behavioral, the road conditions, and many other issues, the vehicle was not lasting that big. Then they had a lot of downtime issues. Then where we had like warranty issues, damage issue, or additional queries and keeping on coming. So likewise, the industry has been scaling. From there, the industry has been scaling. But the thing is like there is no structurized format yet. Now, there is lot of adaptation of EVs in tier 1 and tier 2 cities because of the government pressures and everything. And people are switching into swapping ecosystem vehicles and everything. They're using trashing. The vehicles are getting trashed and everything. But when you go to a tier 2 and tier 3 city, the people are smoother. Even the roads are bad. The people understand how to utilize the vehicle. If you can just train them
Right.
how to utilize the vehicle and everything, he will think that it is his own vehicle. That is the
Exactly.
biggest that is the biggest achievement for a fleet operator actually, because that is not available in tier 1 or tier 2 city. That's where the vehicles
Mm-hmm.
is getting trashed, right? So in tier 2 and tier 3, the people will take care of the vehicle.
Exactly.
But the problem is that the adaptation will be slightly tougher. The usage will be better, but adaptation is quite tougher, and people will have a doubt whether it will have its own problems and everything. But if the OEMs and the fleet operator work in a singular manner, like within a common ideology, if they can just focus on what the rider requires, what are the damages, what are the warranty concerns we are getting, if there isn't a faster mechanism, a proper MSL, and a proper KT given to these new riders, or frequently they are having this what we say like service sessions, or else like asking the riders to come and understand about the vehicle and everything, because this can happen in a tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Okay, so with these limited actions, the usage of the vehicle gets at least like 15 or 20% better,
Right.
because the retention percentage of the rider is also is more in a tier 2 and tier 3 city, right? So the usage of the vehicle is getting 15 to 20% better is a very significant growth, because it reduces your wear and tear, it reduces your warranty concerns, because it's mostly a single driven vehicle for a longer period of time. And the rider takes his own responsibility to take care of the vehicle as his own. So it is a major, what we say, like transformation when it comes into these cities. So
Right.
here, if these two parties, the OEM and the fleet partners, can interact with the rider, have a common ground, create a proper structured SOPs, a proper guidelines, and information, what is it like information management, something like that, a
Hmm.
proper adaptability training and everything. It creates a lot of difference. So because I'm saying this personally because I have done that activity.
Okay.
Okay. So I had an opportunity to deploy a vehicle in a tier 2 city, which was kind of a very small town in the Telangana Andhra area. So earlierly, I was also doubting myself, like whether I had to do that kind of a risk, because the vehicles are pretty costly. It was somewhere around like 1.3 lakh vehicle or something.
Okay.
So when we sat there for at least like 15 days, put this effort in doing this rider training and everything, and after 3 months, when I'm seeing a lot of retention and people are taking care of the vehicle, which I was not finding in a Taiwan city. So with a minimal effort, with a good collaboration with OEM and the rider, if the fleet partner is doing that in minimal, he is taking the responsibility of being a middle person and take caring of both two, then the scaling is very good, because people are adapting towards it right now, and they're finding it much more interesting, much more cheaper than an ICE vehicle, and they are understanding the base concept of two-wheeler EV logistics, and they are making money, and they are not even crashing the vehicle. The retention is good, the service is getting better. That's more than
Exactly.
enough for a rental partner or a
Right.
three fleet partner. That's more than enough. So that's how it has to be implemented, as per me.
Great. So that was really a powerful perspective, Raj. So which shows that there is a need of proper structured systems and collaboration between the different parties, right?
Yes, ideal.
Okay, so as EVs go deeper beyond metros, reliability and uptime become absolutely critical, Raj. So let me ask you this, that where do you see AI making the most meaningful impact? Is it predictive maintenance, spares forecasting, remote diagnostics, or coordinated service workflows across OEM, fleet, and dealer networks as well?
So here we have to understand. See, there are a lot of vehicles which running in the market is doesn't have any methodology of what we say like can enable networks and everything. If all OEMs are coming into one picture and they are creating a what we say like can enable system,
Right.
yeah, like a proper VCU or MCU enabled vehicle which can be interacted with telematics to the database and everything. Then what happens is like we can understand what is happening in the vehicle.
Hmm.
Okay, so Now let's discuss the topics in different fashion. We will fabricate it as a preventive maintenance, spare forecasting, and coordinator workflows. When you're coming into preventive maintenance, whether it is in a B2B or a B2C,
Mhm.
it depends upon the usage of the vehicle,
Right.
right? So if there is in a proper network, which I have mentioned, if it is in a CAN-enabled vehicle, it can interact with the telematics and it can give you a proper update of the failures
Right.
in the vehicle,
Exactly.
right? So there are segmentations where the vehicle will throw errors, either from VCO, MCO, or else from the BMS, smart BMS, right? So where the OEM or the respective dealer or else like a fleet operator can understand priorly that what is the failure it is coming up,
Exactly. I
right?
completely agree.
So it can clearly state like in this particular what is it like particular cell there is a proper there is no proper charge or a discharge.
Mhm.
One stack maybe there will be a issue in one complete stack, or else
Right.
like the BMS can throw like multiple error whether the vehicle is not doing perfectly, it is
Mhm.
not actively balancing the entire battery pack or something like that. You can just see it through the telematics data. So likewise only you will have data from the MCUs and VCUs as well. So if, if the data is directly, if you're getting that, you have a much more significant advantage to do
Right.
that, right? Likewise, in the forecasting as well. Sorry, space forecasting as well. So what happens is that the fleet operator or the dealership, what they do usually do is they do the manual works. They
Right.
bring the space and everything. They use it through job cards and everything, right? So there is no understanding or like what is it is going off and everything. He has to come do the audit again. Okay.
Right.
So in these two fashions, if you can bring an AI, okay. So what happens is like in preventive maintenance is also like there should be one guy who has to sit and monitor this everything. He
Mhm.
doesn't have that kind of a time. That's why it is neglected, right?
Right.
If you are having a proper system in sitting between your what is it like your preventive maintenance and spare forecasting, if it has a proper system sitting in between, it can read every data. It can just throw messages to the fleet operator or dealer saying that this vehicle is coming with this kind of errors.
Exactly.
This is the this is the best scenario which is happening. So the people
Yes.
can understand if there is an BMS fault and everything. If there is an OTA plug and everything, he can just do the software upgrade.
Right.
If the MCU is throwing some error and everything, he can understand like this is coming.
Mhm.
So likewise, the AI can just look into the space inventory as well, saying that this is the aspects XYZ is the aspects which you require to service this vehicle,
Right.
right? So it limits manual effort a lot, and
Exactly.
it gives much more vibrant data and clear message like what you have to do for each individual vehicle.
Yeah.
Just imagine like if you are sitting in a tier 2 city or tier 3 city, the head office are in tier 1 cities and everything, you've been remotely operated. But if you're able to see that what a XYZ vehicle is performing, it's throwing
Right.
some messages, you have to do some activity into this vehicle, and the odometer of the vehicle has been crossed the limited service time and everything, and you're not having the spare.
Right.
So automatically you can raise request for spares from the OEM or it's your other supply
Mhm.
chains, right?
Right.
Likewise, you can analyze each vehicle as per this. So AI can act as a medium in between.
Exactly.
Okay, doing these two activities. Subsequently, the end work is coordinated service workflow, right?
Right.
Since you understand like what is happening in the preventive maintenance and what is your
Mhm.
space inventory and everything optimization, what is whatever all it is there. So the AI can help in prioritizing what kind of services is required, if the services are done by a dealer and everything, if this is an integration with the fleet partner with a dealership, he can prioritize that aspect. Or else like any third party workshop, he can just go and do that activity like yes, he can just look into that and he can understand what he has to do rather
Right.
than what is it like sitting there and thinking like what I have to do. the system throws in everything, and it can give much what is it like insight about it, which creates much more what is it like flexibility in doing technical works and
Yes,
everything,
yes, yes, exactly.
right? So what happens is that the technicians can work at a fuller space, at a faster space, and he can manage lot more vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
which clears your ETS. So
Right,
your ETS and everything which will be much more low. So you can handle much more vehicles. You can do. You are not doing that great of what is it like effort into that. You can just solve the vehicle problems in a very shorter time.
right.
That's what is more required as of now, as per my understanding and everything. That's what if I am a fleet partner and everything, I want that activity, because I cannot spend like 3 to 4 hours. I want to
Yeah,
spend clear the vehicle 30 to 40 minutes. Yes, I can ask the rider, yes, please go ahead and do your work and create your own revenue. That's more than enough for me. That's how
exactly.
it has to be.
Exactly. So, completely agree with you, Raj, on this, which exactly shows that AI is making the most meaningful impact when it comes to predictive maintenance, which means that the dealers and the OEMs can detect the errors prior to it. And when it comes to spare forecasting, it means that there will be no stockouts or overstocking as well, right?
Yes, yes,
So,
ideally,
and
because overstocking is a major problem in this industry. And
exactly, exactly.
he's putting his money and he's expecting that what happens. Like,
I
it
agree.
clears all.
Right.
Yes.
So, and that brings us to the collaboration, Raj. Today, many OEM fleet partnerships still operate in functional silos like data, service, charging, and operations often don't talk to each other. In your view, what would an ideal AI powered connected EV ecosystem look like? And what steps must OEMs start taking today to build that future?
So as I mentioned earlier, also like
Hmm,
a lot of OEMs are not having this what is it like technical enriched vehicle with a CAN network and everything. Likewise, a lot of OEM do not operate with DMS also, dealer management system.
exactly.
So they do a lot of works in Excel and everything. It's a lot of manual effort. Like there will be a POC who has to remember what he has done for X dealership in X city and everything,
Hmm, hmm,
right?
hmm, hmm.
Let's assume that, as said, there is an entire CAN-based vehicle. So the OEM firstly they have to create a CAN-based vehicle, which clears lot of uh, issues for them, right?
Right.
If there isn't a proper DMS channel which is integrated to this,
Hmm,
right?
hmm, hmm.
So it clears a lot of issues for dealers as well, right?
Right.
The dealership can raise requests for procuring
Exactly.
vehicles. You can understand what is happening in the servicing thing and everything. You can uh, priorly know what is happening with the vehicles and everything. This entire data flow, the service records and everything, what is happening with the vehicle's battery, if anything is going in the battery temperature sensors or
Hmm,
something like that, if anything happening with VCUs or what is it like anything happening with the instrument cluster, or is anything happening with the MCUs and everything. He can understand that, and he is doing the service for a B2B player or a B2C player.
right.
Subsequently, this entire data set can be seen by the OEM, right?
Right.
Which creates much more information for him where the failure rates
Hmm,
are, right?
hmm,
There are very few OEMs who are working with the failure rates. They're working towards the failure rates.
hmm.
Because it's what is it like? It's kind of a mix and match. They bring the one part and they're just putting and they're sending out. They're expecting what will happen. It's not in a proper R&D fashion. So by this activity, what happens is like there is no need for him to do a lot of R&Ds.
Hmm.
With simple data sets and everything, understanding the what is it like failure rates and everything, he can decode what is going wrong, where is going wrong,
Exactly.
what kind of behavioral aspect is creating this kind of issues. If it is given to the fleet operator, what is the behavioral aspect is doing this? You
Perfect.
can understand the terrain condition. You can understand the city condition, because the riders differ from
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
city to city. You can understand from the 3PL perception whether it is in a very tough job. If it is given to a client which handles a lot of stops, or if it is given to a client it handles a lot of weight, he can just understand everything through a proper channel. But
Right.
if it is happening through manual, it creates a lot of confusion. If it is in a systemated and automated thing,
Exactly.
the AI can give a lot of aspects into it so that he can also figure it out, like what is happening and what is not happening, right?
Right.
So what primarily what you have to do is like what the OEM has to do is that he has to create a proper what is it like can enable system with a proper telematic support and everything
Mm-hmm.
with an integrated what is it like second thing is like with an integrated DMS support and everything,
Exactly.
proper mobile application and a mobile application for a B2C or B2B customer,
Mm-hmm.
and dealer having a proper DMS channel with integrated towards it, so that we can cover up the gaps in high quality servicing. And second is that uh, what do you say like there is a lot of sitting or else like a lot of manual work goes on insurance aspects, like
Exactly.
we can automate that as well because there isn't a proper record and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We can skip all paperwork,
Mm.
right? And create a proper channel where we can understand when the insurance partners also understand this what is going wrong
Right.
and what has happened. So he can
Exactly.
understand from that and he can just clear the insurances and everything, or even he can reject and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we can avoid a lot of man management or else like manual works and everything by doing these aspects. This is the three aspects which
Mm.
the OEM has to do to cater a smarter ecosystem. And
Right.
I'm expecting that it will be happening very soon because I've seen a lot of OEMs are working towards it completely. They are looking at it like faster and smoother processing and everything rather than traditional works.
Right. So this is a really great way to visualize it, Raj. So I would like to add one thing more that by adopting a proper AI-driven dealer management system, like proper integration with a dealer management system, it will give a 360-degree visibility to the OEM of their dealer networks, right? Like what the sales, what is in the service department, what is in the inventory department, like everything, right?
100%. See, whatever all the processes goes from the OEM perspective to the dealer to the B2C or B2B
Exactly.
customer, he can pinpoint every aspect of it from billing, from the initial of the billing to the
Exactly.
servicing,
Agree.
whatever all the entire flow structure is they are keeping up. He can
Mm-hmm.
manage and everything, and he can have entire analytics of every section of
Right.
it, which is very mesmerizing to see actually. Like
Exactly.
if you are able to see that, you will understand where you're going wrong and you can work
Exactly.
towards it.
Like it will also
That's
give a
what I,
proper decision making as well.
yeah, 100%. Like
Hmm.
rather than going within or is it like hierarchy metrics and everything, the top leadership or the middle leadership can understand very easily that what is going on and where
Yes,
is going wrong.
exactly. Exactly, Raj.
That's what OEMs has to work
Right.
so that they can create a greater network and they can have a much more market ratios than
Mm-hmm.
other traditional vehicles.
Yes. So now let's bring this to the dealer side as well. From an operational lens, what immediate wins can OEM unlock by adopting AI driven dealer management system? Whether it's reducing service delays, improving parts availability, or enhancing uptime for fleet customers, where do you see the biggest impact, Raj?
See, by adopting an AI-driven DMS, what happens is like it creates lot of visibility in space and inventory and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He can understand like what needs to be done and what he needs to be ordered and what is piling up.
Exactly.
Right. Second thing is he can allocate what to say like jobs, service jobs
Mm-hmm.
to the technicians in a faster way rather than him taking the vehicle and decoding like what he has to done and do and everything. He can the technician can judge clearly like he has to do a proper he has to do a regular servicing which will take around like 1 2 hours, and he has to take care of the battery. He has to see, he have to do a software upgrade to the battery, right?
Right.
If there is a pop-up saying that there isn't a degradation is happening, there isn't a software update required in the battery, he has to do that
Mm-hmm.
rather than he thinking going and taking approvals and everything. So
Right.
it's create lot of time in faster job allocations and everything. Okay.
Right.
By this, what happens is like you get smarter appointments windows. So you
Mm-hmm.
can ask your customers to come in this window and saying like 10 to 12, please come in so that you
Hmm.
can just drop your vehicle and you can take the vehicle in the same 2 hour window itself.
Exactly.
So you can have that kind of a thing. And as I said, the technician decision is much more crucial.
Right.
Because of it, it gives a lot of support to the technician to take a decision,
Hmm.
right? And which is not disturbing anything in the vehicle, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not affecting any OEM norms or any
Right.
dealership service norms, and the customers are been happy.
Agree.
And he can prioritize his works
Hmm.
in doing the servicing for either for fleet or else like B2C customer where where there is a larger flow of people coming into the dealerships.
Right.
So this is how it works.
Great. So these were really wonderful insights, Raj. So now let's zoom out and look forward a few years ahead. As we discussed about AI and automation, like AI and automation become the more embedded across supply chains, service networks, and customer experience. So we just want to know that how do you see OEM fleet partnerships evolving in the next 3 to 5 years, especially within India's rapidly changing automotive landscape?
So here, usually the OEMs come up with what is it like lot of uptime guarantees and everything, but it fails, right? It
Right.
fails because of its what is it like it may be a battery degradation or else any other failure rate and everything.
Hmm.
Because of having all this, the OEM can come up into the market and he can give a guaranteed uptime because he's understanding his failure rates,
Right.
right? And he can do what is it like he can work towards the fleet even if the fleet is in a very remote area. He can create a proper channel where if the fleet is doing his own self service and everything, he can create a structure where the the MSL given to the fleet partner is been reducing, and these guys are doing this job works and everything, right? So a automated system can just raise requests for most parts,
Right.
right? So the OEM can just pump in whatever all it is required for a 3PL partner or else a dealership.
Right.
With this is what is it like space what is it like stockpile, how it is
Hmm.
increasing or reducing whatever all aspect, you can do that. Third is like degradation of the batteries, because if it is in a 3PL partner, there is a lot of degradation than a B2C
Hmm.
customer.
Right.
So because there is a lot of cell life cycles which is getting lapsed because of like
Hmm.
uh, the frequency of charging is more, right?
Exactly.
So these guys can also understand like in the longer run, the OEM also can understand like what is the depreciation he is looking at, how
Hmm.
much charge life cycles has been left, and how much has been consumed, and what is the
Exactly.
reason for this faster degradation.
Yes.
And as said, the insurance part and everything,
Hmm.
it creates much more what do we say like flexibility to undergo the insurance process and everything. By these aspects, by having this all aspects, if the OEM is coming, a lot of lot of financial partners will be actively looking forward to work with this guy
Yes.
because there is nothing going on.
Hmm.
So the financial partner can just rely his trust completely on the OEM and lease out vehicles to retail partners, or else like finance the vehicle for a B2C customer
Right.
with an understanding that the OEM is looking very good with the vehicle,
Hmm.
and they are doing a very good servicing and everything. The vehicle will last as per the periods.
Yes.
So this is what I'm expecting in the next 3 to 4 years.
Hmm.
And if it is happening, then lot of what is it like man management works and hierarchy works and the decision making and everything will get reduced, and there won't be any time wastage and everything, and the in customers also will not face the wrath,
Yeah,
and nothing will happen with the financial partner as well, because he can just chill about it, like OEM is taking care about it. Okay. That's
exactly.
what it's been
Exactly.
is needed, and we are expecting that that will be happening very soon in next 3 to 5 years.
Exactly. So this was really a compelling vision for the future of EV partnerships in India, Raj. But thank you for sharing your experience and for giving us a clear roadmap of what scalable AI-enabled EV operations could look like. Your
Yeah.
insights showed us that the shift to electric mobility is building a connected ecosystem where OEMs, dealers, and fleet operations work in sync through smarter digital platforms. And to our listeners, if today's conversation sparked ideas for how your organization can leverage AI and smarter dealer management systems to support EV growth, don't forget to follow NetFlow's 360 for more episodes. Until next time, stay innovative and keep moving forward. Thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you. Thank you so much.